Alright everyone, let's teach you the momentum tech. The momentum tech is what it sounds like. We're saving our momentum so we don't need to accelerate as much throughout the mission, meaning we're moving at a higher speed throughout the entire thing. And the very first step of using the momentum tech is we're not allowed to flip at all. Using a flip is going to cancel all of our momentum. And the second thing we want to keep in mind is that using any maneuvering keys is going to slow us down and unoptimize our path. But, of course, we are going to need to maneuver to actually get kills, and so I'm just talking about minimizing it. You'll see here as I go for kills that I try and position myself early on, and then as I'm going for the kill, I'll let go of all of my keys, just so my speed is at its maximum with a small redirect press every now and then if it's needed. And now, how do we save our momentum? Well, the idea behind this is that if we're ever not holding down the boost button, then we're going to be decelerating. And so to counter this, we're going to want to be holding it the entire game. And so to make sure we have our boost down the entire game, we're going to always want a hook placed down somewhere. And so to do this, we're always going to want an instance that both of our hooks are being placed whenever we want to redo a hook. As long as our hooks are always placed, then we can hold space the entire match and never need to recelerate ever again. Now the first step of this, obviously, we're going to want to do it when we're traversing around the map, at the very least. And then the harder part is being able to do this while getting kills. Now, you might find it like a lot of key presses to be able to kill a Titan while using both of your hooks, and that's why I recommend getting yourself in a good position before going for the kill, because then at that point you don't need to be clicking WAS or D or anything like that. All you need to do is click one hook to the next. Now, one of the issues you're going to run into is as you try and place down your second hook when killing a Titan, you might accidentally hook the Titan that you're already close to. To do this, you're really going to want good camera placement and to try and be as far as you can from the Titan that you're killing, because our hitboxes are really big and we want to take advantage of that. And so while I would rather you hook onto the next Titan that you're going to kill just to save the amount of hooks you're going to do and make our path as optimal as possible, if our camera angle doesn't allow us to do that without hooking the Titan we're next to, then you can just hook the floor at a easy to do angle, and then from there you can move to your next Titan. As long as we're moving in as straight as a line that we can, then we're going to be saving as much speed and as much time as we can. And if you do this yourself and you notice it's not as smooth, like you stop for a second or anything like that, it's usually going to come down to a timing issue. You're going to want a good few frames of both hooks being placed for you to actually save your momentum. And if you don't have them placed together for long enough, then you holding space actually isn't going to work. Because as you may know, if you let go of your hook while you're holding space, then you're going to stop boosting. And then if you re-hook, then your boost isn't going to turn back on. You have to re-click space. And so the actual movement is, as we're going for the kill, we're going to try and put our second hook down either behind the Titan or to the next Titan before we even are done killing this first Titan. Once both of our hooks are down, then our momentum will be able to be saved. We can let go of our first one as we're killing, and then we'll be already moving straight to our next Titan. Now, of course, this technique is going to be a little bit different whether you're equipping a scarf or not, but at this point, everyone should have one. Now, I don't recommend trying to make your entire playstyle using momentum for every single kill, as it's very hard, and it's probably going to lead to a lot of overshooting, well, depending on your speed. But I just recommend using this as like another kill in your technique set, you know? If you ever see a good opportunity to use it, then you might as well, as it'll save you some time. Also, one thing to keep note of is I use default controls while doing this, and this is probably the hardest it's going to be. If you're able to use mouse buttons or something, it's going to make it a lot easier, but just something to consider that it is easier with those, but it is still definitely possible with default controls. Now, yeah, and one last thing is this technique is really valuable when it comes to things like supremacy or oddball. Because we save so much speed, then we're going to have that much more damage on each of our swings. And so there's going to be less times that we hit a Titan and don't kill it. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video.